Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So I'm officially 27 today, 9th April, and I would love to tell you a little story about how the journey has been like, so stay tuned. Thank you so much, Aisha, for this note and this brooch. I really do appreciate it. So I actually started with making beaded accessories. I used to make beaded bracelet, beaded anklet, beaded necklaces, as you can see. And then it got to some time I mobilized the youth, my peers in my hood, to teach them some of the techniques. Okay, so these were some of the unique pieces I made. This Abuja connection, yes, and this necklace, netted necklace also. And actually here in this video I was actually at the hostel. I got admitted into the university, so I was doing this like a part-time kind of gist and then relaxing kind of thing for me. Okay, this was also for a piece. This piece was actually for a client in the US as well. It took me a long time before achieving this, you know. So these are some of the great pieces I did when I was basically focusing on just the beading. Okay, this are some of the things I did. So this actually tells you how the whole fashion journey basically started. Here I got, this was our matriculation. Okay, this was matriculation in level 100. These were my friends. These were some of the pictures I took in level 100. And when it comes to the sewing section, I started the sewing section basically in the last semester in level 100, like the long vac. These were some of the pieces I made, and I was available to teach any young kid or any institution that wanted me to teach their kids. I still do that for churches as well. So these were some of the pictures I captured when I was starting out. This was a very beautiful picture taken by Olympio. I appreciate that. But hey, there were some times that I had to come home from school to make sure I take care of client others, you know. After lectures I head straight home to make sure I take. This is a typical picture of how I was feeling in my final year. I was exhausted with project. This picture was captured unaware. So after that I basically got myself this electric machine. My mom basically got me my first hand machine, and I saved up to get myself this electric machine, as you can see here. And this is basically my bedroom. So I demarcated my bedroom into two, and then one section was for sewing and the other section was for sleeping. And this has been the biggest purchase that I did during that time. Okay, I used to also mobilize friends to model in my outfits and necklaces as well. So here in this section I was actually have been able to save enough to get myself an industrial machine, a knitting machine, and I made sure I participated in most of the business conferences that happened on campus. Business pitches, you could find me. But yep, sometimes you have to fake it till you make it. I was doing all my curtains in my bedroom floor, sweep it to make sure that it was on point so I could lay things down and do the curtain. I didn't have table then. When the industrial machine came, I had to, you know, take the tables out so that I could get a place to put my industrial machines. Yes, so that was basically some of the process that went through, that has been part of the journey. Sometimes too I used to do the curtain on the industrial machine or the electric machine. I mean, like the knitting machine. Yes, sometimes I used to do the curtain on, because you have to make sure it works out. Okay, you have to make sure it works out. You use what you have to get what you want to. Okay, not in a bad way, but in the business section, that was what I did. I made sure I utilized the things that were available to me, and then I manipulated them to get where I wanted to get and the results I wanted to get. So these were some of the things that I used to do. This is basically my bedroom as well. I had demarcated the bedroom into two. I used wallpaper to make sure I make sure that I had a very nice clean background. So I'm sure you are thinking this was actually the shop. No, this is not the shop. This is basically mine bedroom that I have used wallpaper. So yes, these were some of my videos, mini videos I made way back on campus. And yes, these were some of the videos I made. Yep, and here in this section, yes, these are the pitch that we went in for. And yes, forgotten that sobolo you saw was basically a sobolo I made that I used to sell. I used to sell sobolo and water on campus, and I was very, very, very excited. These were some of the pesos I had from selling there every semester. This was the amount I was getting every semester after every semester. Okay, so I usually used to count the money, the coins I've received, I've earned after each semester, and this is a typical one that you can see here. Here in this section, I participated in the campus business pitch and I was fourth. Okay, here also was me. This is my first activity, you know, entertaining activity I ever participated in on campus. It was either me going to learn, or is either me making sure I'm coming home to get clients, others being taken care of. But here in this section, I tried my best to make sure that I connected with my colleagues because we were about to complete school. So here was actually a lecture hall giving you the fake modeling here. Here in this section was the techpreneur. I participated in that as well. So these are some of the behind the scenes of the participants, and then some pictures that we got to take. These are some of the pictures of the executives, and then our mentees, and then our mentors. This video was basically made on the last part that we had to write as final year students. So we actually stayed in the library the whole night, and then this morning, as you can see here, we were making sure we were going to our rooms to to freshen up, go to the examination hall to, you know, write our last paper. Yep. It was quite exciting, but it was quite stressful as well. So this has been some of the journey and some of the process that it has taught me a lot. You know, life has taught me a lot for the past 27 years, and I'm extremely grateful for my family, for the support, for the encouragement, my friends, for the support. I've had the best friends ever. My friends are always there to assist me one way or the other. They have always been there to make sure that anything I did came at ease one way or the other. Sometimes when I'm actually not in the room, I would have roommates and friends selling my water and sobolo for me. These are some of the people that I appreciate most in my life. You know, all the people that have come into my life has been a blessing, and I'm super appreciative of that. Here in this section, I was doing my national service, and it was a Friday, so I was quite happy. Here I taught my colleagues how to make beaded accessories, and I was awarded a certificate. Here sometimes with my cousins. Yes. These are some of the crazy fun times on campus. Yep, and I'm extremely grateful for that. Here we were actually preparing for some kind of presentation to be done. This is my roommate, my friend Sonorita. Most of my videos she's in. That girl got me. It was such a great journey with these 4 girls, and she was my project partner. So here we were doing our last defense, and this was it. These are some of the pictures I took with some of my friends that I would miss much. And this was when the graduation was ongoing. We were the first batch that ever experienced the online virtual graduation. So here in this section, we watched our graduation online because of COVID. But one thing I would also say is education and then the skill acquisition wasn't an easy thing. You know, there were so many sacrifices that I had to make that I am extremely excited that process went on, and I am extremely excited that I had to experience life in that way. But we all have our story. You can do whatever you want to do. I hope this story has one way or the other inspired you to achieve what you want to achieve. If you need to manipulate your time to get some things, other things rolling in your life, you can do. If only you can do that, why not? Try and make some time for that as well, so that all those things can be achieved. And that has been one of the greatest achievements, getting my certificates and completing school. Okay, so here in this section, this video was the last video that I ever did in my room with my machine in. Okay, I was actually almost done with the shop, so I had to make sure that I was clearing some things off. So these were some of the last videos I made. This is the shop. This is the shop. This is the shop. So right after national service and during national service times, yes, I was making sure I was working on my shop because I knew I was going to do this, but I didn't know I was going to do it full time as now. But here was how the place was looking after the painting and everything has been brought in. The cubicles, like the cabinet, the wardrobe and everything was present. Like this is also a video of me arranging the things that I've brought from my room to the place. Yes, here in this section I was arranging things to make sure things were in line or organized as I wanted them to be. That is my first sewing machine. That was my first sewing machine. The Kim sewing machine was my first sewing machine, and it was forever be in my heart. But here in this section I was making sure I had brought all those things that were inside out so that I could basically bring the machine as well, and then I could start production here at the office. So after everything had been brought, this was how the place was looking like. Yes, I had my ring light, my night mannequins. Here in this section there was an upgrade. Okay, there was an upgrade in the business. I had purchased a whole lot of other machines that I wanted to add as well. Okay, so here in this section I was making sure this is my brother, this is my manager. He's the man behind everything that goes on within Reina Care's collection. He is the one managing everything, and I'm super appreciative to have such a great family support. Here in this section I was basically attending my first driving lessons. This is the first driving lessons that I've ever received, and it happened, was it last year or this year? I think it happened this year. Yes, beginning of this year. So here in this section as well, I had called the man that yes, I was ready for him to, arrange my machines for me, So I had to call him to let him understand that it was the time I was ready for the machinery that I've brought inside to be assembled. So he came over and I was bringing the machine from the shop so that he could assemble them. This is actually here and my first apprentice, basically bringing the things to him for him to actually assemble them. And I'm super extremely grateful for this guy. He has been such a great support system. No matter what is wrong with my machine, I just call him and then I would see him in the next 1 hour if he's available. If he's not available, he will just let me know and come later on and come and do it, and I'm super appreciative of that. So after it was assembled, we actually arranged it at the shop. So this is how the shop actually looks like now. Yep. And this section too, we had to install the mirror. One of the mirrors got broken, so we had to purchase a bigger one so that we could install it on the wall and have it done permanently. That is my dad in pink. The man in pink is basically my dad, and this is the type of family I have. I have this family that would go all in to support me in any dream, and it has been a blessing being part of this amazing family. So here in this section, this is how the whole shop basically looks like. This is actually the front view of the shop. All the decoration, flower decoration, was done by my sister. Yes, and this is how the banner that we made actually looks like. Beatrice basically came around at the shop, so Beatrice really know how to dance. I don't dance. I'm not really good at dancing, but Beatrice basically is very good at dancing. So I wanted to create this unique memory with her at the shop, and these were some of the moves we gave out. I know you might be probably laughing right now. Yep, this is how I dance. I'm just that bad at dancing. Yep, so Beatrice was basically leading the moves as always. She got moves, girl. Beatrice, thank you very, 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 very much for the love, the support, and then for everything, girl. Thank you. Thank you very much. So here in this sections, I would like to say thank you to all the people that have been part of my journey. Thank you, mom. Thank you, dad. Thank you, sisters. Thank you, cousins. Thank you, roommate. Thank you to every person that I've ever met in my life. One way or the other, you made this possible. And thank you so much for making it possible in achieving my dream. So this is basically how the shop is looking like. I have 3 apprentices now, 2 workers, And it is all by God's grace, and it is all by your love, your support, and your care. This has been the journey. I hope it has inspired you one way or the other. Kisses XOXO.